Am I live? Am I living? I feel alive. I'm alive. Hello, all you happy people. What time is it? It's ding dong. It's 2 o'clock. So it is time for the Wednesday version. I'll get this out, I guarantee it. This is a Wednesday version of the Mike Meyers Ask Mike Anything live stream. The goal of this live stream is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies for CompTIA certifications. So the whole goal of this is that you ask me questions and I answer them. And we've always got plenty of help. I've got Dave Rush on. I've got a special surprise for you guys today. Look at this. Look, 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 look. Look who I brung you. Yep, that's right. It's Scott Jernigan, who is sitting not really close to me because he is like a little gazelle and he has not yet had any vaccines or anything. So we're playing it safe and we're social distancing. Hey, right, Scott? We're doing all right there. Wait, what's he doing? Is he thumbs up? There, he's thumbs up. There he is. You're on, Scott. So I've got Dave Rush is at home, got Scott Jernigan right here. So we are here to answer your questions for CompTIA certification. We look towards mainly the A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus, but we can certainly expand outside of there, and always glad to ask. So in order to ask your questions, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is type your questions into the live chat. So I do not use Top Chat. So if you're typing in stuff and I don't see it, just type it again. So that'll work. And then secondarily, Scott Jernigan, you better have those balls ready. I don't know what that means. Is that wildly inappropriate? It came from Zach, so it's probably inappropriate.
Oh,
yeah, it's total. To fling, to perchance to dream. Hell, they're all talking to you, Scott. I'm going to let you talk to those guys. I'm going to keep working here. Anyway, so we start here at 2 o'clock and we go till 4 o'clock or until the questions are out. So ask me questions and then I will answer them for you. So first of all, how do you ask me questions? So you just type them into the live chat. Let me pop out my live chat here so I can see that a little bit easier. So just go ahead and type it into the live chat and we'll read them there. Again, if I miss it, don't panic, don't get upset. Just type it in again. I guarantee we'll get to it eventually. Also, if you're the shy type and you have more complicated questions or you don't want to use your name or anything like that, you are welcome to contact me via email. So this is my email address, michaelm@totalsem.com. If you're a gamer and I just got a new game in. I think it's called Surveyor or something like that. I'm going to have to check this out. It's a good game. I'm Senor Pepe on Steam, and I'm Desweds at just about anything you want. So if you want to learn anything about me, my personal life, just do a Google search on Desweds. Trust me, it's boring. I've checked it many, many times. So that's how all this works. So let's start off by seeing who's on today, Scott. What do you see here, buddy? Tollet, Victor. Victor is here. Andre is here. Alan is here. Alan Duggan, man. Oh, it is. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm wearing green right here. There's my green. Scott?
I'm green on the inside, where the Irish count.
You look like you're more in your blue period to me. Oh, well, all right. So, especially for you crazy Europeans, I don't know if you guys realize how big of a deal St. Patrick's Day is here in the States. It's a big deal. And mainly just yet another reason for Americans to, what do you call it? Like if I were to wear a Indian headdress or I'm culturally... So just another opportunity for us Americans to culturally appropriate the Irish heritage in any possible way we can. Y'all built our railroads, so we're going to steal your holidays. How's that for fair? I shouldn't say stuff like that. I'm half Irish, right? I get in trouble. Here, Scott's having a great time over there, folks, and laughing at me. So, yeah. So, top of the morning to you. And happy St. Patrick's Day to every single one of us. Here in the States, if you don't wear green, they get to punch you. That's kind of the thing. I guess that's more for the under 20 crowd, but it is there. All right, so let's see who else is on here today. Tolowitz here, of course. Mr. G, good to see you again, man. Zach, of course, been picking on you. Philip Alt. Hey, Philip. Who else we got in here? Small crowd today. Josh Dope. Now there's a name at 2 o'clock. Josh Dope. Why do you think they call it dope? He's Ferraris here. Well done. Yeah, Scott's staying well socially distanced. Josh Dope calls you Scott the Mad Lad. Scott. Why not?
Right.
Kim Jong-oof. Now there's a name at 2:03 p.m. Where do you come up with these wonderful names?
You got you to be yours.
Hey, Mike, I had a question since I'll be getting A+, what should I work towards for someone trying to get into the blue and red teams? I tell everybody the same thing. I think CompTIA Network Plus is probably the most important certification you'll never need. Now let me qualify what I'm saying there. You don't see a lot of jobs that'll say, need certification like CompTIA Network Plus. There are a few, not a lot. But what Network Plus does is it's your last chance before you start getting into Microsoft or Cisco or Cloud Fellas or whatever it might be. All of that is specialized in one way or another. You get into Cisco, you're going to learn about, like VLANs from a Cisco standpoint. VPN, Cisco's got their own VPN world going on. If you're going to go into Microsoft, you're going to be learning about Active Directory, DNS integrated zones, instead of just learning DNS. There's a million examples of that. And that's where the CompTIA Network Plus is your last chance to get a real vendor-neutral understanding of some of the most core concepts of what makes the internet and networking work. It's my favorite class to teach. I love teaching the class. Everybody who takes the class from me is all like, "Ooh," those eureka moments, which is always a good sign. And then the other important thing is I can't imagine anybody really being successful in any aspect of IT security without it because of the core stuff. Like, for example, you take the Security Plus certification, they're going to ask a lot, they're going to be mentioning DNS and DHCP and IPv6 and routing and all these things. That's not even part of the question they're asking you. But if you don't understand these most basic things, you're in trouble. Have I seen people pass Security Plus and stuff like that without Network Plus? Yes, I have. I think they were lucky, or they had a lot of experience. Smarticus 71, man, everybody's here today. If you know who's not here, who we need? Gruber Accountancy.
Oh, really?
If only Gruber. Yeah, too bad Gruber Accountancy never showed up today. We can talk about them. Technically, I don't even know what gender Gruber Accountancy is.
Doesn't matter.
What's the gender neutral?
They.
They? But there's only one Gruber Accountancy. I'm trying, Scott. I really am. All right. Okay, 2:04 p.m. Gruber Accountancy. Dumb question. When using Wireshark, is Wireshark reading traffic coming in and out of my host NIC? Yes. Or the LAN side of the LAN router, the WAN side. Whoa. Okay. All right, Gruber, let's talk about this for a minute. Wireshark doesn't really do anything. Wireshark comes with a program that's called WinPCAP? PCAP. Anyway, and that's the thing that actually grabs all the ingoing and outgoing, and what it's grabbing are incoming and outgoing Ethernet frames, assuming you have a Ethernet network card, which you do. And it's what's coming in and out of your card. That's all that Wireshark can track. If it's coming in or going out of your card, that's what's being listed in there, nothing else. So what oh, yeah. God, Monday was Monday was literally the worst day of my life. That's how bad it was. I'm not going to go into details. It was bad. Nice thing about it is that it's over. But anyway, back to what you're saying. So Gruber, the thing you got to remember when you think about Wireshark's running on your computer, okay? So the only thing that a capture tool can grab are packets that are coming in and out of your computer. Now, there are capture tools out there. If you want to get fancy, and this is way beyond usual stuff, you can get agents that you can install on many routers, not all, but many, or you can get a little appliance where you hook it in between your router and your switch, say, and all that, and you can make that a capture device. And in that case, that device is capturing whatever coming in and out of its the network cards that are associated with that device. But generally, when you're working with Wireshark, you're running it locally on a local system, and you are tracking the Ethernet frames coming in and out of that system. The other thing you got to remember with Wireshark can only capture, as far as I know, only on one interface at a time. So if you have like 2 network cards, you have to pick the one you're going to capture on. Kim Jong-un is using my Udemy A+. Thank you, sir. Take off, you hoser. Do we have Canadians here?
I made a Canadian comment.
You made a Canadian comment?
So now they heard it.
That's all Tolwit is. Tolwit is like French for derivative or something like that. I'm kidding, Tolwit. Scotto Jernigan. Oh my God. Tolwit, you're on a roll. Stop. Okay. Philip Alt at 205. This question may be too involved for chat, but for storage devices, is there an advantage to using a storage device that is 7,200 RPM compared to 15,000 RPM? Yeah, first of all, I don't think you can even still buy super high RPM rotational media anymore. I mean, you'd have to go back almost 10 years ago when you saw a lot of these high-speed drives around, and it was great. The faster they spin, the more ones and zeros they can scoop up, or the more ones and zeros they can write down. So the high revolutions were just to make it run faster. SSDs have changed a lot of that, where if you really need speed, you're not going to be looking towards rotational media for that. There are, Scott, rotational media drives that have RAM in them, just hybrid drives, I guess is the term, that do write-back caching and things like that, also make that less of an interest. So it makes things faster. On the downside, stuff wears out faster, there's more heat, and there's more noise. And anybody who's sat in a room where you got like an array of like 32, 15,000 RPM drives going at the same time, I mean, you get harmonics and stuff like that. So I am unfamiliar with their... Scott, are you aware of anybody who still sells 15,000 RPM drives?
I'm sure you can buy them, but why would you?
I think Western Digital may still have on the higher end, but yeah. So if today, if you want speed, you're going to use SSDs. Oh my God, Scott! So I was over here. Keep putting me on the screen. Let's get Scott on here. So I was over at Micro Center, and I saw 1 terabyte SSDs. I'm pretty sure they were $89 for SSDs.
Right.
It was
Unbelievably cheap now. Almost no reason to get HDD except for big long-term storage.
I mean, I'll still use HDDs mainly for RAID, so I've got some redundancy. But like, I would agree, long-term storage, maybe not even archival, just some stuff you don't want to archive it, but you still want it around, you know what I mean? Because you may need it. So that's kind of where that kind of fits. So Philip Alt, I don't think 15,000 RPM drives are very good anymore. Jimmy Milligan at 205. It's an opportunity for us Brits with Irish heritage to get drunk. Jimmy, I like the cut of your jib, young man. 2:05 p.m. Tyler Siriski. See, I'm always convinced, like, people should put names in here, Scott, that would say stuff like my name is OK Google. OK Google. Okay, see how many people I pissed off doing that. But hello, Tyler. Welcome aboard, man. Tyler's going to be on Discord. Okay, cool. Good. Yeah, I want to hear about this. He says, hey, Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike. I'm so old. I just got my first... Excellent. Well done, Ulysses. All right, Scott took a quick peek. He could only find 10,000 RPM drives, so I think I'm pretty right about that. Ulysses said, congratulations on your job. Well done. Wait a minute. Ulysses, you told me that on Monday. Hey, it's worth saying twice. Absolutely. Work is a great thing, man. Griffin Nova. Yeah, guys, I hope I'm feeling better today. The medication has kicked in. No, I'm kidding. Right. Gruber Accountancy, 2:08 p.m. Made recovery drive. Did not back up system files. System no WinRE partition. Will I still be able to recover to factory default OS under these circumstances? If you made an original, well, you said you did not make a backup. All right. Windows 10 has two levels of backup that happen all the time. There is an initial backup on the initial install, which is still there. And that's when you click on Reset My PC, it goes back to that. And then there is a last good boot up. Every time Windows 10 boots up and it's successful, it makes a copy. It's a why is my vocabulary disappearing? Snapshot. What do we call snapshots in Windows? They're not snapshots. They are. Yeah, recovery point, whatever the heck it is. So when you're running the Windows repair environment, it will go towards either one of those in order to restore your system. Now keep in mind, on top of that, Windows 10 has a completely separate registry backup. It has a completely separate set of supercritical files of your System 32 file, not all of them, but many of them, as well as any other backups or any other recovery points that you've put in. So the Windows recovery environment, and that's part of the reason I just like to use the installation disk and let it run, is that it knows where all of these are, and it usually runs them just fine. I don't remember totally losing a Windows 10 system yet. I've had a couple of hard drive crashes where I've had to, outside of hardware problems, I have never lost a Windows 10 system where I was absolutely required to install from new. And I don't think so. I'll do it because I want to sometimes, because I like to sometimes just wipe a system and start over from a clean install. But I've never been compelled to. I can't. That's a mighty big thing to say there, Scott. So I can't quickly remember a time when I've done that. So Gruber Accountancy, it's recovered from a number of different sources. Please don't ask me where they all are. I forget. I look it up and then I forget again where they put them. Andre Dugard, it's election day in the Netherlands today. We get to choose who can lie to us for the next 4 years. It's good to see that politics are universal, huh? Tolowit, Mike does not seem to be in get off my lawn mode today. Gruber Accountancy, I'm gender neutral. Good answer. Bond, James Bond. Have you ever been in a physical fight, Mike? Yes, many, many times. Tolowit, either that, I got real computers. Once again, I'm having my scroll issues here. I'm trying to... that only helps a little bit, but it does help some. Scott, you're just a little chatty Chatterson here. Kim Jong-oof, how does the certification work? Do you have to get certified every time something new comes out for A+, like the new A+ in 2022? No. Kim Jong-oof, what happens is that CompTIA, and this is not unique to CompTIA, almost every form of IT certification follows the European ISO 27001 rule sets that basically say, and this is also the American Department of Defense 8570 rules that basically say you need to update your technology certifications every 3 years. So when we're talking about certifications, never talk about the year. That is meaningless. What you're going to talk about is the number of the certification. Like for example, with the A+ right now, the A+, the 2 current exams are the 220-1001 and 220-1002. Those are the 2 exams. There's no date. They've been out now for not quite 2 years, so they got about another year left. But that's what you go by. And if you take a look at any certification materials that I've got myself a part of, like this is for the new Security Plus. So you'll see very clearly I don't care what year it is, I put SY0601 on there. Is that showing up? Yeah. Because those are the numbers that make sense. Anytime you're getting any IT certification, go to that certifying body. Like for CompTIA, it's www.comptia.org. Go there and check these things out. That's how you know this. Anybody who's going for a certification, you have to go to the certifying body. Like I've had people come up, they're like, oh, I thought you were the A+ certification, Mike. Nope, I'm just one of many, many trainers out there. I'm the best and the cheapest, but I'm just one of many, many trainers who provide training materials for CompTIA. CompTIA is the Computing Technology Industry Association, and they've been around now for 35 years or something like that, maybe a little more than that. And whenever they have a new certification, they give it a new number. And that number is what you got to watch for. And that's also true for Cisco. It's also true for Microsoft. It's true for cloud. It's true for everything. Always make sure you know what you're going for. And don't use dates. Use the objective number or whatever they want to call it. Poor Kim Jong. He asked me what time it was, and I told him how to build a clock. You need a microphone, Scott.
Why? I'm really loud.
You are loud, that is true. Gruber is happy with my wireless explanation. You're welcome, Gruber. No, lots of @ signs. Jose Braden, there he is. David Zientara. It generates more heat for one, it does. 2:13 p.m. King Jong-Uf. So Mike, you recommend getting Network Plus and Security Plus for blue and red team. Kim Jong-Uf, you... You want to get into penetration testing. Kim Jong-Uf, that is a fine thing to do, and go for it. Because I don't know who you are, I have no idea what your experience is, I have no idea what your skills are, I have no idea what your passions are, what do you want? I guess your passion is you want to do penetration testing. So Kim Jong-Uf, if you were here with me, I'd ask you certain questions. I would be like, why? And why do you bring up red and blue team? Why don't you just say penetration testing or vulnerability assessment? So that saying red and blue team is like saying, I want to play that game with the knights and the bishops. Just call it chess, and we'll know what you're talking about. But those would be the questions I would ask you. I mean, why do you want to go there? What's your motivation? Have you been doing any of that stuff? Have you done any of the... there's lots of online competitions for not Skills USA. Shoot, I forgot the super popular Cyber Patriot. Like here in the United States, we've got a program called Cyber Patriot, and almost any university, many high schools, you download a virtual machine, you throw it in VirtualBox, and then they have a red team that tries to hack you. It's fun. But those would be the questions I'd be asking you. Are you doing any of that stuff? Because if you come up to me and go, Mike, I want to do that because it'll make money, well, I'm going to let Tolowit or one of the other guys tell that story because I tell that story all the time. Do what you have passion about. If you're not excited to go to work in the morning, I think you're making a terrible mistake. Right, Scott Jernigan?
Right. Wait, does that mean I'm fired again?
You're... Let me see you the way you are now, Jetson. Fired. Doesn't work, does it, Scott? Dang it. Okay, well, whatever. All right. So I guess also, technically, Scott, should we be celebrating today as our 1-year anniversary?
We have another 15 days.
Oh, somebody actually knows. I didn't realize there was actually yeah, so I guarantee you guys on March 30th, we're going to have some giveaways. The problem is it's really hard for me, you know, like we had a viewer here who was from Poland. And Poland's in the EU, right? Of course it is. And we couldn't even get this person a book because I was like, okay, whatever. Looking for questions. So Kim Jong-un, I recommend you get Network Plus and Security Plus as a recommended, as a absolute minimum. There's a lot more certifications out there. Like Zach Morehill bringing up Pen Test Plus, things like that. Kim Jong-un does not know what Pen Test Plus is. Hey Scott, Kim Jong-un doesn't know what the 3 shells are for. I think it's more fun having Scott here. Get that mask off. You wear your mask, Scoot. Hey, Scott Jernigan?
Yes, Mike Meyers?
Can I impose on you to do me a small favor?
Sure.
In the refrigerator is a large bottle of coffee. And can I have some coffee in a coffee mug?
Sure.
This is the only problem with doing these talks, is if I forget something, I'm stuck. So now I got Scott here. Scott here, extremely well-trained, master's degree, amazing editor, da-da-da. Hey, fetch me some coffee there, son. Yeah, that coffee. All right. Tolowitz, so Scott does have legs and pants. One day I'll have pants too. Frank at 2:15 p.m. just got hired. That's what I want to hear. This is what I want to hear. Get a job, people. And the good part is that lots of people are getting jobs. I mean, look, you know, I always talk about passion and all that stuff, and I believe in that. But on the same token, I believe in work. Oh, God bless you. God bless you.
Your coffee, my lord.
This wasn't very much coffee. I'm okay.
I can always refill it.
Good coffee. So Griffin Novetsky wants to know about that 1 terabyte. Scott, pull up Newegg. What's a 1 terabyte SSD going for these days?
I posted it to the link in chat.
What is? Well, how much is
So
it?
the Indian E was like 119 for a decent one, a Samsung.
So the sub $100 ones are just regular old SATA?
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Kim Jong, oh sorry, I lit up Kim Jong-un's Google with my earlier statement. All right, but Frank, 215, Mike et al., thank you. I just got hired, State Farm Tech Support, temp to perm, remote, via RAND status. Dude, Frank, you rock. In fact, Frank, when you die, you will achieve full consciousness. 215, Mr. G, started playing around with batch files. Oh! Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Next thing you know, you're running scripts. I guess technically if you're running a batch file, you're running a script, right, Scoot?
Right.
Creating, removing folders. Accidentally deleted all the items on my desktop. Mr. G, I wish I could just push a metal through the camera right now. Did you see what Mr. G did, Scott? He was playing around with batch files and proceeded to wipe out his entire desktop folder.
What do you laugh?
Dude, we've all done that. It's important to do things like that. Looking for questions. You know, Scott, Tolowit has a strange brain. Have you ever noticed that?
I think it's a fine brain.
I think he's snorting too many plumeria there in Hawaii or something. Here, you ready? Here's Tolwood, pineapple trees. Here's Tolwood, at Frank. Who's on the phone? It's Frank from State Farm. Oh, Frank from State Farm. What is he wearing? 4 people on earth is even going to catch that reference. And he doesn't care. He does not let obscurity slow him down from his humor, because he is Tolowit, and he is high on plumeria fumes. That's all I can say. All right, so 219, Carla Rain. Hi, how are you doing this afternoon? Hope you're feeling better. Man, I was crap. Okay, I'm happy. Look, smiling. Okay. Just reading, guys.
Tell them to like and subscribe.
I should. All right, that's right. Thank you, Scott. So, God, you need a microphone. You should be just doing this.
Okay. We can try it next week.
Check one. Check one. You're willing to come back?
Sure.
All right.
I should be here for the 1-year anniversary show.
All right. I'll tell you what. Assuming you're comfortable coming back, we'll at least get you mic'd up. That wouldn't be too hard. People forget, this is my home. I live here. You know, there's a certain point where there's only a certain amount of studio I can handle. I mean, here. It's hard for you guys to notice, but if you look, like Scott right there, that's my dining room table. I eat here. And then behind that, that's my back window and my orange sofa. And this is on the right-hand side is just a mirror, you know. So all of a sudden, Scott's like, well, I'm going to come over here. And I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, you know, we can build sets. No, wait a minute. I still have to go to the bathroom and make a ham sandwich. So we'll work it out. We will definitely work it out. Oopsies.
Don't overshare, Mike.
Yes, because no one goes to the restroom but me. It's a secret thing. Or as a Southern lady would say. What do Southern ladies say? There's some term. No, we do not live in the north, dude. We are way down south. We are BYOB, bring your own banjo. William Jeske, there we go, Kylie. William Jeske has a request. Kindly ask Scott Jernigan to perform his Rod Serling impersonation. Can you do it on the fly? He's too shy. Oh, no, he's not. He's going too tough. No, come over here, come over here. Here. Go ahead. Hang on. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Scott Jernigan doing Rod Serling. You ready? Your Honor, Your Honor.
I'm on my other camera. Hold on. Picture, if you will, a man in a box. It's not some ordinary man. This man is a genius.
Keep your day job, Scott. Scott is a far better actor than I am, but Scott is more of a method actor. He believes in his scripts. Me, I'm just like, let's just talk. Stefan Jovovic. Is there any way that someone from a small country called Montenegro, I know where Montenegro is. Amazon is not delivering to my country, can buy your book? What's wrong with Montenegro? Hold on. Oh, I know what the problem is. Montenegro, yeah, I'm just sorry, I'm an American. I finally got Eastern Europe in my head, and then all of a sudden, the Holy Roman Empire was broken up, and I'm lost again. I finally got it to, Yugoslavia, late 1940s, and by the 90s and everything got split up again, I got lost. I am going to be honest with you, Stefan. I don't know of a way to get you a book directly. So, sorry, I don't have an instantaneous answer on that one. Idris Ashim, I'll bet that's how to say it. Thank you for your awesome lectures on CompTIA Plus, Net Plus, and I will be sitting for the 2220 1000. Any advice? Idris, just be cool. That's the number one thing I always tell everybody. The most important thing you can do whenever you're taking any computerized exam, doesn't matter what it is relax. I guarantee you that there will be questions on there that will make no sense to you. I guarantee you that there will be questions that you swear are wrong, and they're not, okay? There'll be questions like, look, I know they want me to say D, but the answer is probably B because every Thursday on Venus, if the sunspots are, don't do that to yourself. Don't let the little quirks and pops and skips in the record while you're sitting there taking a test freak you out. That's literally the biggest thing I can tell you. And also remember the other thing, especially for A+. A+ is written as an introductory, first level type of certification. Don't make it complicated. CompTIA likes to write lots of words in a question where really one sentence would probably answer it all. Sabotage, FPS, 1001 exam, this is 2:24 p.m. You're taking the 1002 on Friday. Good luck, man. Yeah, the practice questions are always important. Oh, Zach Morrill's bringing up things like Hack Me and Hack the Box. Yeah, there's lots of different tools out there. The reason I like Cyber Patriot here in the States is because it's really designed as a competition, and you're not competing against other people so much as you're competing against this one magical red team. And the red teams, the volunteers for Cyber Patriot, are very big names in the IT security world, and also names that you'll never hear because they're scary people. But that is the big thing. If you want to do pen testing, I would be surprised if you aren't already playing with tools like Hack Me and things like that on your own, because that shows passion, right? Andre's reminding us that Poland is in the EU. Sabotage FPS says, I'm drinking scotch. I am not drinking scotch. I guarantee you it's not scotch. Maddox's Tech Tips. Maddox's Tech Tips at 227. Wait a minute. Maddox's Tech Tips. That sounds like somebody who's... I'm going to do a quick research on Maddox's Tech Tips. Let's see what pulls up. He's a YouTuber. He's got his own channel. He's got 43 subscribers, always a good place to start. Maddox, are you this young person I'm seeing here? I guess you are. Looks like you're a fun gamer and you're trying some stuff. Good for you, young man. Well done. What is mostly on the A+ certification? The thing about A+ certification is that A+ certification is anything that a technician needs to know to repair a standalone system. Whether it's a desktop or a laptop or a smart device or IoT, the CompTIA A+ certification covers whatever it takes to get that system up and running and on the internet. So for example, on the CompTIA A+, it's going to cover SOHO routers, okay? In fact, the A+ even wants you to be able to know how to get to the interface and stuff like that, but that's only to get that one machine running, okay? And maybe to a smaller degree to set up a home network. But that's where A+ stops. And if you think about what do I need to be able to get this phone up and running or this desktop up and running or this laptop, that's what you're going to see on the CompTIA A+. The CompTIA Network Plus is more about the whole network and moving into the enterprise and that type of thing. So the Network Plus doesn't really care much about individual systems. It cares about the network as a whole. So that'll give you an idea, Maddox. And good for you, man. Max is a young guy, like really young. Like I'm guessing, oh, I'm not going to say any ages. I don't want to embarrass you. I wish I was your age, young man. Oh, to do it again. Can you imagine knowing what we know And being 12 years old, Scott?
No.
Ah,
It'd be terrifying.
it would be terrifying. It would be absolutely terrifying. Idris Ashim says he's got practice tests from other people. Exam topics, I don't know that one. And CertBolt, I'm sorry, I don't know that one either. Idris, I hope they're helpful for you. I always tell people to, if you can, it's always a good idea to get more than one set of practice questions. Yes, Divine Mind, my week is going much better. Okay, Gruber Accountancy at 2:28 p.m. Recovering a system from either a recovery partition, drive, or system image, much of what is on the original install drive will be lost. This is true. My question is, are the rest of the physical drives left intact? Yes. So if you've got more than one physical drive, let's say you have 2 hard drives in there, the system rebuild is only going to address where your C:\Windows and a couple of boot files. If you've got some weird setup where your Windows is on the other drive, well, it'll go to that. I mean, that happens, but it's not common anymore. So yes, it only deals with that one drive. So Kim Jong-un, he's got decent experience, worked at a cell phone company, built my own PC. The reason I want to get into pen tests, there was a few shows as specific where the character... Okay. Well, Kim Jong, look, there's plenty of room for more pen testers. There is a huge shortage of IT security people, not just pen testers. There's necessary for audit. We need governance people. What do you call them? The people who are actually... the poor people are going around configuring all the routers and, people who are doing monitoring and all these types of things. It's not just pen testers we need, okay? There's a huge demand out there. And I think it's exciting that you're looking at pen testing as a start, but do keep in mind there's a big world out there of IT security, and there's a lot more to it than pen testing. So maybe you might want to keep that in mind. Stephen McCusker. 2:29 p.m. Appreciate your training videos greatly. Thank you, sir. Currently working on my Sec Plus for a job offer I received contingent on my... Dude, Stephen McCusker. Stephen McCusker, I need you to do me a favor. Well, anybody can contact me, but Stephen McCusker, send me an email, will you? I want to know what the company is. I'm not going to... Don't panic. I'm not going to call them or anything. You don't... Like for A+, you see a lot of like entry-level tech jobs where it'll say, if you don't have the A+, we need you to get it. Your job is contingent on you getting it. But I've rarely seen this for Security Plus. So if you don't mind, Stephen, tell me about your job. So just send me an email, michaelm@total7.com. If you got some time, just tell me about your job. I'm very, very curious. I'd like to see it. Divine Mind 2:30. I just did an extra credit assignment where I had to make the artwork in your mug via programming in Java XX. What? What are we talking about?
Your coffee mug.
What about my coffee mug?
You just had to make that pattern using programming.
Oh, do you not recognize who this is?
You're the artiste.
Oh. God, I've gone blank. Quick, somebody name the artist who does all this. I forgot. I'm so embarrassed. I'm moving on.
Okay.
Mike's singing in between looking for, yeah, well, I've got a voice. I have a voice like a sailor. It dies at sea. The Zerk 678. Now there's one we haven't seen for a while. Remember Zerk 678? Elbow and his perpetual system build. All good, all good, all good. Oh, yeah, Scott, they said they couldn't hear you during your Rod Serling imitation.
So maybe on the, I'll reprise it for the 1 year anniversary show.
We'll get him mic'd up and do it right. So Dr. Quinn is saying, do we use DHL? I think he's talking about getting a book shipped to Montenegro. The problem is, if Amazon isn't going there, it's probably because shipping costs are outrageous. So even if DHL did work for Montenegro, the problem is that the book costs, say, $32. Shipping to Montenegro could be $250, $300 just for the book. So, yeah. The Xerxes, 6 classes complete since January 1st and 23 more to go. You're a machine. Stephen McCusker, is there a good place to get performance-based questions? Scott, is there a good place to get performance-based questions for Security Plus?
Yes, soon.
We are literally on the very edge of getting out our performance-based questions for Security Plus. So, Stephen, give us just a few more weeks, and we'll have them. Sabotage FPS. Are there online books? No. Don't. All my books. We tried doing the books like that, and ended up everybody copied them.
You have the passport book now.
This is the fella in Montenegro who needs a book, and so that we're Sabotage FPS was wondering if there was an online option. It's good coffee. So unfortunately, Sabotage FPS, we don't do that. We tried doing locked PDFs for a while, and basically somebody cracked them, and everything was free. William Jeske, Mondrian. Thank you, William Jeske. You are fabulous, darling. I'm telling you. Mondrian. I knew that. Why did I not catch the hacker? Victor says. I do not know what that means. He ransomware. Victor, you wacky kid, what are you talking about? Oh. Scott, you're mentioning ebooks.
He was asking for online books.
But it's not really an online book, right?
Sabotage is not the guy on Montenegro.
No, Sabotage is helping us try to come up with ideas, that's all.
Right.
So did Dr. Quinn. Yeah, they're ebooks. You still got to download them and everything. So, oh God, that would have driven me nuts. Andre and William Jeske. Look at these. None of these guys good texts. They're fans of the artistic world too. So, okay, let's see. What do we got here? Da-da-da. Okay, a couple of things while we're up in here. Number one, guys, we really love having you guys here, but it really helps if you like and subscribe. I mean, it really helps. We don't even do this for money, but with the likes and subscribes, especially once we've shot one of these videos and we leave it up there and other people watch, you get better ads and stuff like that. So please, please, please click on the like. Go ahead and subscribe, and I would really very much appreciate if you would do that for me. It helps a tremendous amount. Yeah, again, I don't make a penny. Not on this. Okay, so the other thing to keep in mind is that just because you're nice enough to show up, all you new folks, do keep in mind is that we have lots and lots of discounts for our products. Our deals for this week, it's 50% off all of our total tester practice exams and bundles. So we sell the regular multiple choice questions separately from the performance-based questions. There's a lot of reasons why, but it worked out this way. And so when we say bundle, that gives you the regular practice multiple choice and the performance-based questions all piled together. The bottom line is we are selling all this just for people reviewing here for 50% off. It's half off, right? I mean, this is crazy. 50% off. To get this, all you got to do is go to www.totalsem.com, www.totalsem.com. Head over to our merchant area, grab whatever A+, Net+, Security Plus practice questions you're looking for, and at checkout, type in MAINE, M-A-I-N-E, 1820, and you'll get everything for half off. Our prices are insane. Definitely take advantage of that. Also, do keep in mind, for those who is interested, we also have a Discord channel. I don't have a Discord channel. It's actually run and owned by my buddy Jose, who is on right now. So it's Jose's channel. I show up from time to time and pontificate with aplomb. And we'd love to have you on as well. Scott, can you? I bet he's already on top of it. Okay. So the Discord channel is always up, okay? But I show up, Scott shows up, Dave shows up, usually after the AMAs on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I need to stress to you that you don't have to have us there, right? You got a question, you got a tech issue, just post it in there. We got a lot of really good technicians who are on that channel. And, it's Sunday morning, somebody's reading that thing, and they'll be able to help you out. So do keep that in mind. Gruber Accountancy. Speaking of, on Discord, where in the platform do we have a live discussion? I have only been communicating through text. Do I need to go? No. Okay, so Gruber, you've downloaded a copy of Discord. I'll assume that. You have logged in with your Discord name and password, so now you've got Discord up and running. Hopefully, you've got a microphone and a headset. If you got a camera too, that's nice. You join the channel, and then on the channel you'll see there's all kinds of rooms. What do you call them? So you pick this one, the unofficial Mike Meyers channel. Then on the left-hand side you'll see something. I think it says live chat. I don't remember. I think it says live chat, and just click on that, and you're in. Then you get to tweak your microphone and headset and camera to work, which is always fun too. So it is there for you. But it has nothing to do with YouTube. Just download the Discord app. We have a lot of questions today, which is good. I like questions. 2:46 p.m. Adapt to your surroundings. Boy, I should write that on a wall someplace around here. What is the best way to practice for the A+ exam without overwhelming yourself with the amount of resources that are out there? Okay, well, I feel that most people, in order to pass any form of certification, require three things. They need a book, they need videos, and they need practice questions. Does everybody need all three of these? I don't know. But I can tell you that everybody I know, unless something strange has happened in their life, if they get those three products and put them together and use them, they pass, okay? So you need those three products. I have them. Lots of people sell like this. Let's just stick with A+ for a minute. There's lots of different resources. You can get flashcards and games and all kinds of things. I don't think they're necessary. They're helpful. And the best way to practice is that, well, I don't know who you are, right? So adapt to your surroundings. Are you a reader? Do you like watching videos? Are you kinesthetic? Everybody's different. So I'm not going to tell you how to use it. If it were me, I tend to watch videos and then I read. So the nice thing about my videos and my book and my practice questions, they all tie to the book chapters, not perfectly, but pretty darn close. And so it's like you can read chapter 12 and then watch a video on a few things in chapter 12, then do some practice questions on chapter 12, then move to 13. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Jane Slayer's back. Yay! I received an offer, in quotation marks, to take a Security Plus for nearly $3,000. Jane, I don't... I'm not going to take any type of courses unless those courses guarantee me a job or at least placement. Or if I'm super rich and you don't care about $3,000. Well, there's another type of person who would take these kind of expensive courses, and that price isn't uncommon, by the way. The other reason you do it is because you lack the discipline to train yourself. And what you need to recognize is that what you're paying $3,000 for, you're paying about 1/10 of that in materials. And the other 90% is because people, well, me, I'm an example of this, is I lack a lot of discipline. And sometimes having a instructor-led course is a great way to make you get through all the stuff. But otherwise, that sounds very expensive to me, Jane, so your call. Oh, there we go. I would primarily be taking the course just for the career placement and advisement services. There you go. That's just what I was saying, Jane, is that the main reason I would take a course like that is because I'm paying for the job placement and all that. And before I put down the money, I would be checking these guys out. Just type in the name of the school and then type in scam, S-C-A-M, in Google. Hit enter. And if it's a problem, I mean, you could type in total seminars scam. I've never tried that. There's always somebody who doesn't like me. I'm just seeing if I got any complaints. I'm looking at the Better Business Bureau. We got a couple. Everybody does. There's always somebody who doesn't like me. Oh well. But yeah, just type in scam, see what comes up. Da-da-da-da-da. Just looking. Philip, how about an O'Reilly subscription for online books? Philip, I know O'Reilly does that, but they're a competitor of mine. O'Reilly is a completely, remember I work for McGraw-Hill, and O'Reilly, they're different folks. Josh Lester is a funny person. EDU Tech Zone TV, thanks a lot. Just looking for questions in here, folks. Voice channels. Thanks, Josh Dope. That's what I meant. Gruber Accountancy. Do you have a favorite Texas saying you like, when you decide to really let your hair down? God, what are some old Texas sayings, Scott? Well, that is slicker than frog's hair.
That is not a Texas saying.
What do you mean it's not a Texas saying? Here, I'm putting the camera on you.
Texas saying on live TV.
Say that again?
Because we can't say the actual Texas version of that on the live stream.
Slicker than frog's hair?
Not a thing.
You do. He doesn't really. Scott Jernigan slips into this Esperanto language sometimes. I don't know what you're talking about. Of course, it's a Texas thing. How about this? When things are good, we say, "Man, we're in high cotton." There's a very Texas thing. You never heard that one either, Scott? Oh, God. I don't know what's wrong with him. Scott Jernigan's from Texas, but we don't admit it. Heck, you were born in El Paso, right?
California.
Oh, there you go. You can take the boy out of California, but you can't take the California out of the boy. Yeah, Gruber, I have lots of silly phrases. I can't guarantee that they're all Texans, though. Jane Slayer, Mike, I don't lack the discipline. Okay, well, Jane, no, I was just throwing that out. Again, I don't know you. And if this company does a good job with placement, 3,000 wouldn't be the worst thing. Remember the Alamo. There you go. Sabotage FBS took advantage of the 50% discount. It is a good deal. Mike's in crazy town. All right. Things are quieting down. We're only an hour in. It happens sometimes. I'll tell you what, guys. I'm bored. Let's have a competition, Scott. What do you say?
Sounds great, Mike.
A lot of people walking by the front door here today. I'm literally like the front window of my house is 11 feet away from me. Let's do a competition. You guys want to do a competition for free stuff? Okay, so basically here's what we're going to do. We're going to do, for those of you who haven't done competitions with me, rule number one is these competitions are not fair, so sorry. I try to make them fair, but they aren't always. The idea is I'm going to post a picture up, a test question on the screen, okay? And then you're going to answer that question. It'll be a multiple choice question. And the other thing to keep in mind is that even though it's multiple choice, you do not write down A, B, C, or D. You actually have to write out the question. Come on, puppy. I think I blew it up. Whoop, no, I didn't. I just need to be patient. Okay, guys, get ready. Ooh, wait a minute. Excellent question. Let me make sure. Okay. All right, everybody, here we go. I'm about to show you a question. I need you guys to read the question and then write down the answer. Just put it into the chat. Here we go. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Jane Slayer needs an example of a headhunter, Scott. You got that? Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Where is the thing? Okay. So, which of the following services is most likely to need an NTP server? Kerberos, PKI, EAPTLS, or 802.1x? Ah, Patricia Grace just snuck in. Letting some people scroll some answers through. I can already see we got a few answers in here. Okay, guys, and remember, folks, just because somebody's already typed in the answer, I don't see them in the same order you do. So just because someone else has an answer, and that doesn't necessarily mean you are out. All right, let's go ahead and scroll through. All right, so as a winner, today's winner, I've got, okay, well, first of all, what's the answer? I believe, to me, it's got to be Kerberos. Use the handy assistance window. Check your answer. Your answer of A is correct, Kerberos. And then it goes through, explains all that. And we certainly know Kerberos is very, very into NTP, which is Network Time Protocol, because the ticket granting server, the TJS, in a Kerberos environment, all of those are time stamped. So without, in a Windows environment, if you have a Windows client that's more than maybe a minute or two off of what your server is, it's often impossible to log into a domain. Okay, so who's the winner? I say the winner is Frank. Frank, congratulations to you, sir. You are the winner. You get either A+, Net+, or Security Plus practice questions. In order to claim your prize, Frank, you have to send an email to kathyy, that's Kathy with a K, KATHYY @totalsem.com. Don't worry, guys, it's online, so this works for everybody. Even you guys in Montenegro. Send an email. Number one, tell her your name. Frank, you have to let her know what your name is here on YouTube. Hi, I'm Frank on Mike's AMA. Number one, give me your name. Frank just passed. All right, then it's Jane Slayer is the winner. Okay, Jane, congratulations, you're the winner. Frank passed. So Jane Slayer, congratulations to you. You either get a points at A+, Net Plus, or Security Plus. Send an email to kathyy at total7.com. Scott Jernigan will have all the details in there for you. You got them all set up there, Scoot? All right, outstanding. Well done, Jane Slayer. That's a very, very, very good question there, guys. All right. All right, guys. Now, folks, we do need questions to come in. That's all the competition I'm going to do today. So if we're running low on questions, yeah, Frank, sorry, I don't have any T-shirts, brother. Andre to go at NTP means no telephone pole. Guard Burgess just showed up, man. Everybody's here today. Everybody's here. Frank's got everything. Yeah! My mortgage thanks you, Frank. Hey, it's not the shortest AMA we've ever had, Scott, but it's
pretty short.
It's a short. Hey, if everybody's covered, then we're good. Not a D. Can we pre-order the new Security Plus ebook? You sure can. You can do that on Amazon for pre-orders. We don't take pre-orders at Total Seminars, and honestly, Amazon's a little cheaper than us. Kim Jong-oof. Mike, have you ever had a taco? No, never had a taco. Never once.
No tacos in Texas.
No tacos aquí. No tienes de tacos. I like lengua. What else do I like? That's so funny. It's, you know, like if I'm at a taco truck, I know what I want every time.
Barbacoa. Carnitas de puerco.
I don't like carnitas that much. Oh, come on. The gyros.
Fajitas.
I didn't say I was a good Texan. I just said I was a Texan.
Elwood has a nice question for you.
Tolowit, 3:07 p.m. Can you integrate an off-contract security system with cameras like Vivint into your home network? I don't know Vivint. I understand the concept of off-contract. My answer would be yes. So you're looking for features like recording and things like that? Yeah. In fact, there's still a lot of good security options out there that are zero cloud. And I mean, in fact, Scott, I don't know if you heard this, but we had another big bunch of security cameras that got hacked. I forgot what the brand name is. So you know, I'm always paranoid about these things. I don't like using cloud-based stuff. There's your hard drive, Scott. You know, these little 19-inch rack-mounted systems, and you can have direct connections of your cameras straight to this. And there's a few hard drives in there just to save all your stuff. But the answer is you absolutely can. Patricia's like, don't go, I just got here. Hey man, guys got to remember, even if we shut down here, we can always go for the Discord channel too. Omid _, should someone go for ITF plus or A plus first? If you're between those two, you absolutely should go for IT fundamentals first. IT fundamentals is designed as a prerequisite for A plus. IT fundamentals was designed because a lot of people were coming at A plus and they were getting smoked. The A plus is not a deep certification, but it's wide. And a lot of people came in. This is more like middle schoolers, early high schoolers, you know, people in the 13 to 16-year-old range, pretty young people were having trouble. So IT Fundamentals was developed for that. IT Fundamentals is a great user certification, but if you took A+, you would find IT Fundamentals, you would instantly pass it. It's pretty straightforward. Philip Alt at 308. On any of the CompTIA exams, is it possible to get a question where they don't tell you the number of the correct answers? No, that is impossible. They will always, Philip, tell you, oh, well, wait a minute. They'll do, sometimes you'll see subs that say, select all that apply. CompTIA started working really hard to cut those types of questions out. So I believe that the answer is, it'll say choose two or something like that. We don't write questions that say select all that apply anymore. That's just not good question writing theory. So I'm going to say, Philip, the answer is it possible? No, I don't think any of those exist anymore. There are ones that'll say select two, but it says it in the question, select two. Patricia Grace, Mike, what places do you recommend for finding old ISO files like Windows XP Home or even earlier? I recommend old Windows XP Home CD-ROMs. You can buy these by the gross on eBay and just rip your own ISOs from that. Got to be careful. Remember, Windows is a proprietary product, okay? You can't just go downloading, you can't legally download ISO files. I will tell you that Microsoft in the past has had big banks of ISO files you could download. I haven't looked in a while, so I don't know if they're still there. But yeah, the main place I get them from is from the original media. And you can buy Windows XP disks by armload for $10. Jane Slayer, cloud is just someone else's computer over the WAN. Yeah, the problem, Jane, though, is that someone else's computer is the problem, right? So for cloud security systems, I get nervous about letting other people have access to the cameras in my home or looking out my driveway or my front door and stuff like that. But you're absolutely right, Jane. Won't argue with that at all. Tolowit, I mean, can you take over the system from a commercial company after your contract? It depends on the company. Generally, no. The few commercial companies I've had to deal with security, ADS would be an example. They always come and grab stuff. They take their stuff away, and then so you don't have access to it. ADT, not ADS, ADT. ADT did leave the cameras. The last time I did this in a commercial situation, we had already gone to a better system. They were old 480 interlaced cameras, and we didn't want to use them. They're probably still hanging on the wall someplace. Probably not, Tolowit, would be my guess. Probably not. But one of these things, you'd have to do this on a case-by-case basis. As in, hack the panel to control it on your own. I mean, if the hardware's there, it's probably doable. It's the ones who pull the hardware. 3:10 p.m., Patricia Grace, if you pass IT Fundamentals, that can be quite a confidence builder. It absolutely is. In fact, Patricia, I think that's why IT Fundamentals was invented. It was a easy first step, a very inexpensive first step, and so it tends to work. Stephen McCusker, what is the 50% promo code again? I think I'm spelling it wrong. I'll let Scott type that in one more. It looks like I already did type it in. MAINE 1820. How far behind am I? Oh, I'm almost caught up again. Abdullah, there you are. Thanks for amazing videos. I just passed my two. Take my two. All right, Abdullah, pass both of these. Abdullah, after you pass the 1002, you come back here and boast. I want to be able to give you a big round of applause there, dude. So moan back once you get that. 313, Crescent Fresh. I recognize some of those hats from the, yeah, they're, I'm not that creative. Actually, most of my good hats are still down at the office, which I have not been in the office in a year. You've been once in a year? Is my desk covered in dust? I'll bet it is.
Yes, it is, Mike. With lots of cobwebs.
So Scott, you're on. Why were you down at the office? Oh, you were collecting stuff. I remember that. There was a bunch of bits of equipment we needed. I remember that now. I like having Scott here. That's fun. I just can't cough on him. I can't even pretend to cough on him because
All of them screaming.
he'll take me out back and kick my rear end. But yes, Crescent Fresh, you're absolutely right. Some of these hats are from other videos, and they'll be back for more videos in the future. I guarantee it. Look at that, Abdul. Look at all these helpful people. Dolowit and Dave Rush. Who's Dave Rush? Jane Slayer. Mike, do you have a ballpark timetable for the Security Plus videos? No, Jane, we don't. This COVID has messed things up terribly. I wasn't going to shoot them. We hired a new presenter. His name's Dan Lachance. Great tech, funny. He's a Canadian, and he's just a little bit nervous about the COVID, so we're not sure what we're going to do. I don't know. But what I can tell you this, Jane, is we're going to have to make a decision very, very soon about Security Plus, like within a couple of weeks. So just stay here, and we'll have stuff up very, very quickly. No. Tolowit, the armadillos have taken over the Total Sem office. One has declared a coup and is wearing your hats. See, this is funny. Everybody thinks armadillos are cute. Armadillos are nasty animals. They smell bad. They're nocturnal. If you jump up and you shock one, they jump straight up in the air, like 4 or 5 feet in the air. They're hilarious. They're scavengers. What's a nice Texas animal? Rattlesnakes, water moccasins, jackalope, Mexican free-tailed bats. Scott, do you know we have cougars again in Texas?
Really?
Cougars, mountain lions are back in Texas. I'm sorry. No, not a mountain lion. I said the wrong thing. Jaguars.
Wow.
So southern Texas and Arizona was the northern range, natural range for jaguars. And then back sometime in the 19th century, we murdered them all. But somehow they're coming back. That's pretty cool. Jaguars in Texas. Guard Burgess, 316. Boy, see, I threatened that we're going to quit early. Everybody starts asking questions, which is a good job. Crescent Fresh is like, chupacabras? Crescent Fresh, you got me and Scott laughing. Well done. Chupacabras. Forgot about those. John F. I've applied for a first-line support job. Good man. It's providing support to customers using the company's software. Pretty standard. Is this considered an IT role? Yes. It's not only considered a role, it's also considered the standard by which most people get their toe into IT. It's a classic starting job. And in all probability, John F., in about 6 months, a year max, you're going to have a different job because you're going to get a little experience in here, and that's going to show people you got some tech experience, and then you'll get your next job. That's how it works. Stan Davidson. I noticed that a local community college has a Network Plus course taught by Scott Jernigan. Doing a little, huh? Oh, that's right. Sorry, Stan. Yeah, so Stan, we work with a company called Ed2Go, and I'm sure Scott's got all this stuff. And Ed2Go takes our product, and then they sell it to different colleges, and then they just put the college's name on. I forgot all about Ed2Go. Yeah, Ed2Go. But you don't see the word Ed2Go. You just see whatever school it is. Network Plus by Scott Jernigan. Guard Burgess. From past videos, you seem to enjoy taking equipment apart. I do. It's that putting it back together that drives me insane. Have you been able to do much of it at home? A little bit, not too much. In the last year, I'll tell you, this 1 year period is the least hands-on I've been with technology in a long time. In this 1 year period, I have built 2 desktop systems. That's it. I mean, outside of jacking with some home routers and some 802.11ax, I have not had much what I call screwdriver time. Even if I'm just typing on a keyboard, I still call it screwdriver time. But Guard, you're absolutely right. I haven't been playing at all. So Guard Burgess. So in Ireland, the army is called the Gardaí. Scott, help me out. Come on, don't you know any G-A-R-D-E, Gardaí? Gardaí, tell me how to pronounce your first name so I'm not making a fool out of myself. Wait, David Harris, almost missed one, 316. So I bought your all-in-one A+ 1001, 1002. In the book, it says it has a follow-up video.
The online content for Appendix B.
Scott's answering the question. Hang on.
Online content that goes with the book is in Appendix B. Tell them how to get there.
Oh, thank you, Scott. Scott just told me, in the book, go down to Appendix B. Appendix B is in boy, and it has all the links there to get to the other stuff. I do miss taking equipment apart, it's true. Chupacabra. I'm going to be laughing about that all day. Edwin, I like the Dr. Don Dunkerley book. So do I. This is the passport book. This is the cram book. And this is done by Dr. Dawn Dunkerley. We actually even had her on here. Just a great lady, great technician. And we should probably get her back one of these days. Dr. Dawn was a wonderful person. David Rush Chalupas. Eddie Lagos. Ed to go, that's my name. See? 2-0 for you, Eddie. Chimichanga. Okay, you guys are all on a roll. I'm moving past these smart alecky comments. Dave Rush, you've built some Raspberry Pis. No, I didn't. There's nothing to build on a Raspberry Pi, at least the way I use them. I just plug them in. I don't have anything else I can do with them other than plug them in. Jane Slayer, Mike, do you have any tricks for getting a GPU right now? No. Jane Slayer, I'm very frustrated. There is a Discord channel, and if you catch me when I'm on the Discord channel on the Total Seminars, I can give you a link to this Discord channel. But it's a Discord channel that just says, where can you buy NVIDIA graphics cards right now? I've had it up now for about 90 days, 60 days. And I mean, if I just lived on this channel, it'll pop up and say, on eBay, they're selling da-da-da-da. And if you go there like instantly, you can get stuff. But no, it's been very frustrating for me. I have not been able to get my 3080 card. But I would Gardaí, Mike, Gardaí. Alan Duggan's helping me out here. Gardaí. G-A-R-D-E is spelled Gardaí, I guess. Is what? Garda. This is going to drive me insane. I gots to know. All right. But Jane Slayer, they are expensive. It's at least down to you can pay twice the MSRP and get them now, which I refuse to do. But I mean, if you wanted to spend, I don't know, $1,500 on a 3080, you could get those. But I'm not going to pay that kind of highway robbery. But at least you can get them. So that's a sign that we're starting to get some availability. But Jane Slayer, if you jump onto the Discord channel, I will show you this Discord channel that I use for cards. Not that it's done me that much good. Ryan Randaria. Ryan Randaria. Woo, that's alliteration. I just passed my Security Plus an hour back. Thanks to you, Ryan. Well done, Ryan. Go get a job. Gardee. Okay. Thank you, Alan. Such an American sometimes. I'm doing great with the pronunciation. Which pronunciation? 3:21 p.m. Patricia Gaze. Anybody else know of other sets like Until Gone, formerly Youngster, they used to buy refurbs? Refurb what's? Anybody else know of any other sites like Until Gone, formerly Youngster? Oh, good Lord, this thing sells. What do you? Okay, Patricia Grace. Patricia, you're in the United States, okay? If you're just looking for extra systems to goof with, I'd recommend not doing this. Here in the United States, actually, check out Craigslist if you're in the States. I know Craigslist is overseas too. Craigslist usually has some great deals on used computer equipment. The only downside is that you're going to have to meet with a complete stranger, and I think that's why God invented coffee shop parking lots. But you can get some ridiculously cheap stuff. Oh, Scott Jernigan also brought up FreeCycle. FreeCycle's still a thing? I haven't looked at those guys in ages. FreeCycle is also a good one. But again, I think that's more US-centric. But Patricia, you and me and Scott, America! So you could go that direction. Andrew to go buy what you can get from a dumpster, right? Andre, I know a lot of people, especially these little mom and pop computer shops and strip malls down here. If you're just looking for parts to show people, like from an instructional standpoint, those places are gold mines, the dumpsters. And I'll go in there. Wait a minute, I don't actually dumpster dive. Okay, I used to dumpster dive all the time. And I would go in there because I wanted to grab RAM and I wanted to grab CPUs more than anything else as what I call ooh-ahs. Ooh, ah. They may not work, but I can show them to people and they can go, ooh, ah. So that's one of those things. But look at Scott Jernigan, Shop Goodwill. You can, Scott, you can go to Goodwill for computer parts?
Shop Goodwill. It's like their eBay.
Ah. Oh, it's like an eBay?
Yeah.
You can bid?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that. Look at that. Da-da-da-da-da. Zach Morrill, did you get around to playing with that Linux DHC? No, Zach, I haven't. In fact, Zach, I've been getting a lot of... so again, what we were talking about was a Samba server. And number one, Dave Rush already did this. And this is the part I missed. Dave Rush has already done a wonderful Samba video, but he did it on the Raspberry Pi. Who cares? Raspberry Pi would be a great platform for it. And Dave's like, Mike, why are we redoing Samba? I've already done it. So that's probably where I'm going to leave that one. I think Dave did a great job on a Samba server, so we'll just leave it at that. David put that link up. But and the other thing is, Zach, nobody was very excited about it, you know? When I get people send me emails saying, why are we talking about Samba? It's like, Gaylor, you know? And then the end result of it, once I got it up and running, which I did get it running, the end result is I can then take a Windows system and log into it. Go from a work group to a domain. So, I don't know. Zach, if you yell at me enough, I'm more than glad to do it, but I keep hiding it because there's not so much of motivation. Kim Jong-Oof 324. So earlier, Mike, you said the 3 things that can help. No, Kim Jong-Oof, I said, in my experience, the 3 tools that someone needs to most highly guarantee that they will pass a certification, okay? I didn't say they were laws. I didn't say that there was a moral obligation. I'm not trying to spend your money. But for the vast majority of people in my 25 years of training people for IT certification, a book, video, and practice questions. The most important of those 3 are the practice questions. If you're a good technician, practice questions are probably all you need. You know, go through the practice questions, And if there's terms or things you don't know, Google them. Where videos and books come into play is that it structures your learning. For me, it's really critical as a trainer to make sure that there's an arc to everything that you're learning, so that, well, number one, keep it interesting because things can get dull. But number two, if you give people an arc that they can follow, they tend to learn it, as opposed to people who are like, people who write books based on, tables of contents, based on, help me, objectives, things like that where there's no story to it can be frustrating. But those are the three things: book, practice questions, and videos. In fact, Kim Jong, you don't even have to buy mine. Mine are the best. Okay, so we got Guard A straight up said, I look forward to you doing that AD server. See, this is how it works, Guard A. Somebody asked, Guard I. God dang it. I'll get there, man. Let me think about it. Tech Tefera. I am in the final week to take my A+. What do you recommend? Tech, relax. Just take it easy. You're doing fine. You're only a week away. I'd recommend you probably just concentrate on practice questions at this point. Take some practice questions. And here's the other thing, Tech. You've been studying for X amount of time and now you're a week away. So in your brain, you think, I should know everything. You don't. Don't worry about that. You have a good basis of knowledge from your studies. What you need now is to fill in the spots where you're weak. And that's where practice questions really pay for themselves, because they're going to hit specific topics. And you're going to do practice questions. I'm going to tell you right now, especially if you haven't been doing practice questions, you're like, oh, I know all this stuff. Then you start doing practice questions and then you're like, I don't know anything. Don't do that to yourself either. You're fine. Just hit some practice questions. That'll get you where you need to go. Nothing wrong with, Andre, my favorite Belgian, says there's nothing wrong with dumpster diving. So Andre, the secret code when I wanted to go dumpster diving with my buddies, this was the code. That's your feet sticking out in the air when you're in a dumpster. Da-da-da-da. Ooh, Dave Rush is doing some advertising here. Nothing wrong with that. 12/11/2020. Oh, there you go. Dave, thank you so much. So Garde, there is Dave Rush was kind enough to put up a link for set up a Samba server on Raspberry Pi. I watched it. It was very good. So do check that one out. And if you have more questions, we can develop it more. But I hate to repeat myself, and I'm catching myself repeating myself. Patricia Grace, my husband just drives around neighborhoods on the night before. Yeah, that's the secret. 3:29 p.m. 3:29 p.m. Jahan Lee, or is that maybe just John Lee? Taking A+ 1002 on Monday. Wish me luck. Good luck, man. Tear it up, dude. Gruber Accountancy. Gruber Accountancy wants to back up their entire system image. Does the size of my backup image drive have to be the same as my C drive? Absolutely not. All of this stuff is highly compressed. And then on top of that, things like swap files and directory structure. I'm going blank again. NTFS uses a master boot record and a directory structure, whatever it's called. So there's big chunks of your C drive that are usually not backed up. And as a matter of fact, you got to be careful when you say system image. So you're doing the entire system image. There's nothing wrong with that, but you probably do want a larger backup. In fact, when I'm doing system images and things like that, I don't use a thumb drive. I go straight to, oh, wait a minute. All right, first let's have a little laugh. Look closely. Yeah, that's not, this is a floppy drive. Ugh. Somewhere down there. Oh, wait a minute, I think I see it now. There you go. So this is just an external drive I keep around. And this has got it's got a 2.5-inch in there, and it's probably like 4 terabytes or something like that. But because of compression, it's usually going to be probably about 1/3 of, or less, probably more like 1/4 of the written space of your drive. Yeah, something about like that. Kim Jong-un, where to get Mike's book that isn't too expensive? Sorry, Mike. Well, probably the best place to get it is Amazon, price-wise. Amazon can actually sell it a little bit cheaper than I can sell it myself. Ooh, I'm going to have to add some more of that coffee before we start Discord, Scott. Okay. Kim Jong-un, I don't care where you get my book, just don't buy illegal copies. Or if you're buying illegal copies, don't tell me about it, because I'll go from nice Mike to evil, angry, find an attorney Mike. So don't do that, all right? If you're going to be sneaky, and I understand people do it, just don't tell me. Just don't tell me. Ooh, what's a library? Do you have a library card in your pocket right now?
No.
Okay, good man. No, Scott does not have a library card. I liked libraries. I don't know. Different game.
My library card is on my phone.
There you go. 3:32 p.m. Blue Deck. I'm taking my exam. What is with all you guys taking the exams on Friday and Saturday? Main problem is remembering pins on stuff. So Blue Deck, I'm going to give you a little clue about remembering pins on how many pins in RAM or CPUs or any of that stuff. The CompTIA exams are not evil on these types of things. Most of the time when we're talking about quantities of, number of pins, number of slots, number of whatevers, you'll get a multiple choice question, and that question will usually only have one obvious answer. The other 3 answers tend to be further out. What you get more in trouble on is you'll get questions that'll be like, a stick of DDR4 has how many pins, that kind of a thing. Then you got to remember. But generally, it's pretty straightforward. I really do think A+ is an easy exam. It's persnickety, and that's what gets people in trouble. Especially when you're like, you got 90, or 100 minutes for A+? Or 90? I can't remember. You get in a rush, and that's where you just got to practice. That's one of the things I like about my practice questions, is that I have a practice mode where you can see the answers and stuff like that, but then I put an exam mode in there. And the reason I put that exam mode in many, many years ago is you can treat it like the real test, exactly like the real test. So there's no cheat, no checking answers or anything. And you do the exam mode when you're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's hit this. And using the exam mode, you can mark questions just like the real exam and all that. And it gives you a tool set that allows you to really see if you're ready for the exams. And, I think I did a pretty good job on the total tester. I think it works out really well. I've been happy about it. Bottom line is, Blue Deck, you're going to do fine. You're going to do great. You are. And remember the other thing, D for diploma. Nobody cares what your score is on a CompTIA exam. Nobody cares. They just want to know whether you passed or not. So if you come in here and you're boasting that you got a 825, I'll go, good for you. Yeah, so Crescent Fresh, 325. Studying from A+ for a while, so relieved I found your videos. Crescent Fresh, you are what I call a visual learner, and that is, glad you found them, man. I'm a visual learner too. I'm a little bit of everything. 3:35 p.m. Cheeky Willie. Cheeky. He's a little cheeky, Scott.
Excellent.
Excellent. Mike Myers, just want to say thanks for doing these. Hey, you're welcome. My mortgage thanks you too. I am studying for Net Plus and wonder, other than mnemonics, how do people keep from confusing all the different acronyms? All right, Cheeky, one more time. No one's ever going to test you on what the acronyms mean. To this day, I don't really know what DHCP stands for. Dynamic Host Control Protocol? Maybe, I don't know. Whatever, who cares? But I know what DHCP is. So the answer is, it's not you shouldn't be trying to just memorize what DHCP stands for. No one's ever going to quiz you. You'll never get a question on a CompTIA exam that says, DHCP stands for blah, blah, blah. But you need to know port numbers. What does it do, you know? DHCP allows for automated configuration of IP information for hosts. Those are the things that are important, not memorizing acronyms. That's my opinion. 3:35 p.m. Stalin, Lenin, Garrick. He's named after 2 communists and a Klingon. Oh wait, talking to other people, never mind. Guys, the moment I see an @ sign on a thing, I skip it instantly because it's not for me. William Jeske, my last attempt to prepare for the A+ was a PC Tech course in 2005. I still have the textbook by Jean Andrews. Should I consult it? No, but you might. I could give you Jean Andrews' phone number. She might buy it off you. It's not worth. It's 15 years that's like ice age differences in the IT world. So, William, keep it for laughs, I guess. Jean Andrews is a fine writer. Jean Andrews is more of an instructor than a tech. I'm more of a tech than an instructor. And she does great. There's a certain class of learners that just like what she does. Yeah. I'm better. Dum-a-dum-bum. William Jeske. Yeah, here you go. William Jeske's talking up libraries here, Scott. My local library service cooperates with Lynda, which is how I'm able to view IT fundamentals videos. Huh, I didn't know that. We all fail exams sometimes, Nada. I fail 1/3 of the exams I ever take. So, it's all okay. Stalin, Lenin, Garrick. He is barely bald. Thanks. Looking for questions. Okay. Stephen McCusker. So I have access to a couple practice exams like from Pearson VUE. Will the total test or CompTIA practice test still be beneficial? Stephen, we work really, really hard at Total Seminars to make sure our practice questions are really good, our videos are good. I mean, we are first and foremost technicians, and we really want to understand the topics. Is that to say that my competitors are bad? I don't know. I'm sure they're fine. I don't know them all. I've never heard of Percipio Learning. That doesn't make them bad. That just means I don't know about them. So I don't know, Stephen. All I can tell you is I know my practice questions are really good. That's all I can say on that. Blue Deck. Sadly, I've exhausted all the total tester questions and starting to learn them. So I had to find new sources. Nothing wrong with that. Always good to find new sources. I always tell people, you should always use more than one source, especially for practice questions. Please do not throw sausage pizza away. OSI 7-layer model. Kareem Martin. Network Plus might ask a little more about DHCP, but no definition. Definitely not any definitions. Stan Davidson. You got this one right, my brother. If at first you don't succeed, pay again. That is true. But if you really think about it, and look, I'm going to try to be a fanboy for CompTIA, because I'm not. I think the exams are way too expensive personally. But if you look at the price of CompTIA exams compared to other exams, compare like Pen Test Plus to Certified Ethical Hacker. Pen Test Plus is less than half what CEH is. I need to double check that to make sure I'm accurate, but it's a big, big difference. But Stan, you do bring up a big point, and that is failing an exam stinks. Because number one, you feel like a failure. In fact, you're documented as a failure, right? You didn't pass. And then you have to pay more money, which stinks. I'm not going to argue that point at all. But the good part to that is other than the inconvenience of your time and your money, you just retake it, you know? I know a lot of people who take the A+ and they only pass one test or the other. It's not that big of a deal. Just go retake the other one. Like, retake it real soon. My name is pronounced Sir Risky. Thank you, Tyler. That's always helpful. I won't remember, but thank you. You get the practice questions on Edemy. Edemy? I think you meant Udemy?
Yeah.
Okay. So the practice questions on Udemy are different than the practice questions that Total Seminars has. Udemy wanted a very specific product, and we filled that for the requests of Udemy. They're fine questions, but like the main Total Seminars A+ test bank is 1,600 questions, Scott? It's a huge number.
Yeah, at least 15.
Yeah, like 1,500 questions. And, I mean, that's why you pay a little bit for it. But you know, you get what you pay for. Matt By. Hi, Mike. Thanks for your time. Do you have any performance questions that you could recommend to pass Networking Plus? Matt, the only thing I'm going to tell you, I mean, we sell performance-based questions, but honestly, make sure you can configure a home router, a wireless router, you know, where you can type in the IP address, get to the router, mess with wireless settings, you know, be able to set a static IP address on the WAN side, a few basic things like that. Make sure you can look at a network diagram. And there's lots of different kinds of network diagrams. There's physical diagrams that are looking at cabling. There's logical diagrams that look at, you know, IP addresses, things like that. But to be able to look at a network in terms of a diagram and be able to say, you know, oh, here's a computer over here. Nobody can ping Bob's computer. And then you click on Bob as a part of the practice question. It gives you some information. And you see that Bob's IP address has nothing to do with everybody else's IP address. They've built this huge, complicated, performance-based question. And the answer is, Bob is set to static. Set him to DHCP. Stuff like that. That is not an exact question. Don't go sitting here and say, oh, I'll memorize that, and I've got one of the performance-based questions memorized. You don't. But, I mean, those are the types of questions. Network Plus, I've always told people this, and I stand by it to this day. Performance-based questions are usually the easiest questions on a CompTIA exam. Just they put a lot of noise in them. Where can you get the other practice questions that are not on Udemy?
Why?
Scott Jernigan just said why.
No, why isn't why I think we know.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that makes more sense. Scott says why, comma, we know just the place. So Tyler, you can, number one, we're selling all these questions, as we always do, at 50% off here right now, okay? So, Scott, can I impose on you to throw that up one more time? Yep. Scott's going to throw that up. You can go over to www.totalsem.com, and we've got a deal this week. It's 50% off all of our practice questions. And just go over there, buy the practice questions you want, and just before you check out and hand us a credit card, type in the code MAINE, M-A-I-N-E, 1820, and you get it half off. My practice questions are already about the cheapest out there, and then on top of this, we sell them half off. And I'm not going to do any more competitions today, but we usually do a few competitions during the week where I'm giving away practice questions as well. So if you could wait, Come back on Monday. We'll probably have some more competition. Does Dave Rush do competitions?
Only very rarely.
Okay, Dave doesn't do them too much. But I do them on Mondays and Wednesdays. Kareem Martin, which one of your books do you recommend for Cloud Plus or AWS? None, because I haven't written any books like that. So I'm going to go away from it. I think there's a big problem with cloud right now, and that would be a place that I'd really like to do more training in, teaching more people. Hey, Jen is back. Jen, you had a question on Monday, and it took me a while to get to it, but I remember getting to the question, and we answered Jen's. I don't remember what it was, Scott. It's going to drive me crazy. So, Scott, for the record, I love having you here, man. It's fun. We just got to get a mic on you.
Right?
Yeah.
It is fun.
But we're going to get a mic. Da-da-da-da. Edwin, are the questions okay for SY0601? Edwin, you do not want to take the SY0601. Edwin, do not take SY0601. You can take the old exam, the SY0501, through July 15th or something like that. Edwin, anytime, and this isn't just for Security Plus, this isn't just for CompTIA, heck, this isn't just for IT. When certifications get updated, there's invariably this overlap where you can either take the old exam or the new exam. The old exam's been around for 3 years. Everybody knows what's on the exam. We've got some decent intel. We have a feel for it. The training materials are tweaked. SY0601's been out for over 30 days, but barely. And as hard as one can try to make your training materials line up to the exam, there's always surprises. Nobody is ever going to care what Security Plus you took. You'll never be asked that question. You just say, I got the Security Plus. Nobody cares. So always take the older exam if you can. Jen, you're going to do great on the exam. Don't worry about it, kiddo. You got the performance-based question on. Is that what it was, Jen? I forgot. Thank you, though. Okay, I think we're starting to slow down here. Wait, hold on. 352, 74 new waiver. 74 new waiver. Will VirtualBox run smoothly from an SD card? I've run out of room on my SSD. Yeah, VirtualBox will run on an SD card. The problem is that the virtual machine files can be massive, like gigabytes big, and you need to be careful with that. It'll take up a lot of space on that SD card, is all I'm trying to say, but it'll run from it. So you also got to keep in mind that VirtualBox is the application, and that's probably installed on your C drive somewhere, but you can tell VirtualBox to put your virtual machine someplace else. And let me see, see if I can pull this up. Bear with me just a second. I'm trying to find where VirtualBox puts. They used to have a folder called My Virtual Machines. I don't see that this time. Yeah, so by default, VirtualBox will put all the virtual machines in the users folder. So I've got a mic folder and then desktop and downloads and all that. But then off of mic, I've got VirtualBox. Well, here, let me just show you. It's easier than me trying to do this through interpretive dance. Oopsie, not that. Sorry. I'm allergic to Scott. Okay, so you can see, so it puts them all right here in this mic VirtualBox VM. So a lot of times, this is what takes up the most space, like by far. And what are we talking about here? So this is a 10 gigabyte Windows 2019 server right there. That's 20 gigs. So it gives you an idea how big these can get. So the only reason I'm bringing this up is that a lot of people go and install VirtualBox on your C drive like you would normally, but then use an external hard drive or something like that for your virtual machines to give yourself a little bit more space. It runs great. Teacher Russell. Hey, Teacher Russell. Just wanted to recommend Mike Dunn Udemy course. Thank you, Teacher Russell. You are the best. You4 Raymond, where have you been? We're planning on doing a Wireshark session. I've done it. We've got somewhere here in the Total Seminars channel, we've got a introduction to Wireshark. So You4 Raymond, please watch it. It'll be enough to get you started in Wireshark. And from there, just come back and ask more questions. I'm always glad to bring up more Wireshark. Kim Jong-oof, my eyes. Sorry. All right. All right, guys, I think that is a day. Okay, so first of all, thank you very much for showing. Don't forget to like. Okay, I'm holding on. Scott Jernigan is... Okay, cool. And Dave's got a post for you right there. Great. We're out of here, folks. It is, God, I was threatening, I thought we were going to have a short one, Scott, and look at us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, number one. Don't forget that Dave Rush is going to be DRAMA. Dave Rush, Ask Mike Anything, DRAMA drama. If you like a little drama in your life, Friday at 2 o'clock right here at the Total Seminars channel here on YouTube. Joining Dave Rush. Always fun to have Dave in there. He is the guy. And also keep in mind that we've got the discount for practice questions, always good. Now wait, did somebody sneak in one more question? 3:56 p.m. Kanav 844 Drew. Just passed the net plus 30 minutes ago. Drew! Mike, thanks for doing these type courses. Thank you very much, sir. We do really appreciate it. Thank you. What do I think about Ansible? Where do these people come up with these things? Now I got to look this up. I have no idea what Ansible is. I don't know what Ansible is, but now I'm going to have to leave it and check it out. Drive automation across open hybrid cloud deployments. Well, there you go.
There you go.
I'm not answerable to Ansible. All right, but that's about all we got, guys. I am out of here. Don't forget to join the Discord channel. I'll be on there in about 10 minutes or so. Probably Sweet Talk Scott is sticking around my house long enough to get on Discord. We'll see. Is that something we can do, dude? Oh, you're on camera. You know that, right?
I know.
All right.
I'm doing the wave.
Oh, you're doing the wave? Okay, you ready? Here we go. All right, folks, so we're out of here. Is this your Uncle Mike saying good night? Everybody ready? Good night. And we're off. I'll see you guys on Monday.